Alrighty, Lana, thank you for joining me today to talk about our work together. And we've done a whole bunch of work together in the past, and recently we did a couple of sessions together. And what prompted you to reach out? What was going on?
Wow. Well, the work we do together is always deep. And that's what I appreciate about you, Stephanie, because I know when I need deep work done, you're the gal to do that because we can't see inside our own fishbowl. We're inside of it. We don't really have that perspective. And so I was very grateful, to know who to call,
Mhm.
first of all. And I've been in internet marketing for since 2004, so 20 years. And I am a certified copywriter and I'm an author and all of that. And I've been doing this for many years, but I have always hit a wall. And I've done these launches and I've released programs and my results have always been, a trickle. And I thought, well, this time I'm going to hire a company and I'm going to have somebody else do it because obviously I don't know how to do it. That's my thinking, right? So I did. I invested $4,400 in this company and they were terrific. And everything they're rolling out was amazing. And I'm getting all green lights and I'm excited. And the day of the launch, it was, we had a master class. It went great. One sign up, one. That person paid $95. And I'm looking at $95 compared to what I invested. Not only that, but all my time, as well. And I was really like, this is not me doing something wrong. This is an energetic block. That's the only thing it can be because the stuff they were rolling out was amazing. The graphics were really great. And I tested them. I tested them on LinkedIn, looked at the analytics, picked the ones that were doing I was really working it. And so I was in the middle of the week, they have a week to register. And so about 3 days in or so, I contacted Stephanie. He said, help, I've got this block and I've got like 4 days left to the shopping cart to be open. And we had that session. And yes, it was deep. Yes, it was, far back stuff that was going on and also multi-layered coverings and all of this that were holding me back. And we did the session and I had a total of 5 signups, good quality people, better than I had last time. As far as accomplished writers, that's because I was selling a
Mm.
course on how to write a novel. And these people, many of them have 3 or 4 books published. They just aren't getting results and they want to make it better. Those are the kind of people I love to work with because they're going to actually follow through. And so, yes, I was amazed and just delighted at the difference. And one of the things that happened was I was getting emails back from emails were going out every day to this group of people who signed up for the masterclass. And I was able to take those emails and understand the thinking of the people who were
Mm.
interested. That was a major breakthrough. I've never been able to connect with my market to that degree. And I went in and I tweaked the emails that were going out and they were converting people to sales.
Nice.
And so this isn't all about the sales. This is about me connecting to source and then able to connect to the people because my purpose is shining light. And the more people I work with who get their books published, the more light they get to shine. And it's a multiplication process. And so this was absolutely amazing. Stephanie, and it was one session and it was also simple. It was easy. It wasn't dramatic, traumatic, or any of those things. I didn't have to beat a pillow or scream, you know. It was just great. Yeah.
Well, during our session, there were as you said, it was multi-layered and there were three components. And one of the first things we did was we shifted the energy of I don't deserve this, which went back to you being 1 year old.
Yes.
And so this was very powerful because I remember, being across from you on the screen, and I could see and feel the feelings of not feeling safe come in you. And I remember saying out loud, remember, Lana, you are safe. And it's like, and then you relaxed into it, like
Yeah.
knowing that you're not there anymore. And this is where our body doesn't necessarily know the difference between then and now. And so we cleared that energy and cleared that belief,
Yes.
which was something you said you had grown up with.
Yes. Yes. My mother was 15 years old when she got pregnant with me. I was one decision away from an abortion. She wanted an abortion. This was before abortion was legal, but there was ways, right? There were ways to get one. And her mother said absolutely not and wouldn't let her out of her sight. I mean, my mother was the type of person that she just snuck out in the middle of the night, found an old lady in some back corner, but it was my grandmother saved my life. But yet she was very resentful, my mother, extremely resentful of having to care for a child. And that was me.
Yeah. And this is, well, I'm grateful, and many of us are grateful that you're here. And this is how we don't even necessarily realize sometimes the energetic impact of what we continue to carry from childhood. We think because we're not there, we're not carrying it anymore. And yet, when we were able to clear this and create a new belief, as well as clear some energy from an old boyfriend
Yes.
that was around money as well. And
Yes.
then we got to clear your meridians, which was also really cool too. So it was, multifaceted, and I love working with you because it's like you're like, I'm just ready to let this go.
Yes. Who wants to hold on to that crap anyway?
Right? Right.
Yes.
And so what's been the biggest shift for you since our sessions?
Wow. It was way more than just getting the sales. The sales was an outward manifestation that I could really, tap into. But I've had so many downloads and so many realizations since then, clarity on my next path. I've been sitting on about a dozen books that I had got the rights back to, and I didn't really know what to do with them. And they just been sitting there. They're done. They were published, but I got the rights back, and they've been out of print for more than 10 years. So that was a real blessing. Now that happened, like 6 months ago. I got the rights to them and I didn't know what to do with them. Well, I got clarity. I'm working on them right now, getting ready to put them out. And that, just boom, that happened. I woke up one morning and just said, you know what, I'm going to do this and this and this. And I went and made notes and taken action, and it feels open. I've always had a feeling like I'm a salmon swimming upstream, because I've known that there's more for me, but I couldn't seem to get there. Like those dreams where you're running and you're not moving anywhere. That's really been my life. I have achieved this measure of success because I'm highly motivated and a hard worker. And yet, if you're pushing against concrete, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful when we can stop pushing
Yes.
and actually open ourselves up to receive. And I know it sometimes sounds woo-woo, and yet it's the truth. We're taught to push to make things happen, and actually when we slow down, the answers come to us. We don't have to figure it out.
Yes. Yes. And that old boyfriend was an exercise in receiving. he kept wanting to give me things, and I kept saying yes, because in my practice now, I've learned to say yes. Even
Mhm.
though I didn't particularly want what he was offering and I had no real attachment to it, I said yes. And I was watching, and this is one of the things about being aware, is that you're kind of watching what's happening. You're not just experiencing it, but you're also observing it. And I was watching that. And then when we did break up, and he was out of the picture, then I started having even more. I was like, I reverted back. I went back a couple years in my development after him, even to what I was doing. It wasn't that great, but still, even that was gone. And I realized that when he was giving to me, he was actually wrapping me up
Mhm.
because of his agenda. But that was a gift, because of that, and I could see the difference. I got released from a lot of stuff, not just him, old stuff, because I would not have gone there if I hadn't
Yeah.
felt this, this stop, because even my regular income had dried up, which was weird. I've been supporting myself for 12 years doing this, and all of a sudden, nothing.
Yeah, him coming back into your life was actually a gift from a warped sense, because it allowed you to clear the old energy with him, which we did during that session, and
Yes.
how we had shrouded you,
Yes.
which
Yes.
was
And it was like 400 layers or something.
so, yeah, it was really pretty incredible. Yeah. So is there anything else that you want to to add or share about our work together?
Yes. I think what's coming up right now, there's so many things I could say, is that I always have had the attitude that what's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? How
Mm,
am I defective or missing the mark? And it really landed for me that it wasn't anything I was doing wrong. This was energetic, it was old. Some of it was karma from past lives or ancestral stuff or old energies of relationships. And boy, do we still carry them. We
yes.
really do. So it really wasn't what I was doing wrong. And that was huge for me, because I always blame myself, for everything. But you helped me to really understand that this was something beyond me. That's why I couldn't see it, couldn't figure it out.
Mhm.
It was beyond me.
Thank you. I've loved our work together, and this is where you've always been very open to, let's connect with what's really in the way and clear it out so I can move forward.
Yes.
And these last couple of sessions were, it felt like it was really big for you. And
Well,
yeah, so thank you very, very much.
thank you for being in my life, Stephanie. Thank you.
Mm, my honor.